This is the news review segment on the AM show on Joy News. My guest this morning, Yaa Jantuah, former General Secretary of the CPP, and she joins us in the studio. Good morning and welcome to the AM show.
Good morning, sweetie. You're looking good.
Thank you. You're looking good. I love your necklace.
Thank you.
So let's get straight into, I know we're chatting before we went live, but what's on your mind this morning?
Oh, today, I don't know if it's true, but I was listening to, good morning to your viewers and good morning to everybody. I was listening to your sister station and I heard Cynthia, Honorable Cynthia, was nearly assassinated. Yes. I don't know how far it's true.
You heard this morning?
Yes, on your sister station, that some of the bullets caught some of her people on a campaign. And this was the clash between the MPP and her group. And wow. I think it is a bit unfortunate. You remember there was something like that at Matayeko, guns were shot between MPP and I think going into the election, we need to be very careful. I think that there's a small arms commission, right? I think they should go around to do some swoop to try and get these arms which are in the hands of private people and deal with it, because we cannot, sweetie, to be very honest, we cannot afford to go through this because it's becoming one too many. And I believe that we need to get the guns out of private hands. Because, I mean, for a woman, it's when you do these things, women become afraid to get into politics. Meanwhile, we have an affirmative action bill that says that we should get a certain number of women in our political terrain. But if this happens, a husband will not allow a wife to go, a mother will not allow a daughter, a son and a daughter will not allow a mother. So, I mean, seriously, we need to be very careful with some of these things. And I think that we should speak out vociferously against it. I mean, guns in private hands, we shouldn't joke with it. I also heard them talking about the board. I don't know if it's in the papers.
Trying to get the story, actually, but you
yes, I don't know if I can mention the name of the outlet. It was on Star News this morning. And also the hand, then we'll get to it. I was a bit also not a bit unhappy that Reuters is a very credible media outlet. And even as young journalists, we used to take news from Reuters for GNA. And I don't see why. So if there is anything, I think we should look into it. But I'm a bit worried about Madam Cynthia Morrison.
Yeah, I've seen the story. It's on myjoyonline.com.
Okay, it's on myjoy.
It says Agona West NPP Nasara coordinator shot in campaign clash at Nyankrum.
Yeah.
I think that's where it happened. Okay. Yeah. But we'll bring you details in our subsequent bulletins.
It's something that we need to look at.
And it's sad. We really should get the guns
off
the streets.
We should get the guns off the streets as soon as...
The hands of private individuals.
Yes, we have a few days to elections and I believe
40 days.
40 days is just about a month and 10 days.
Yeah.
So I think there's a need for us to take the guns off the streets. Because you see, whoever wins, wins, whoever loses, loses, and it should be on a fair ground. I don't think that election should be doomsday. It's not Armageddon. If I mean, you lose, that's it. And when you win, then you move forward. Everybody has a day to lose and a day to win. And that's
let me give our audience a bit of the story from myjoyonline.com. And it says, Agona West NPP constituency Nasara coordinator Haruna Rashid is in critical condition after being shot during a campaign clash in Agona Nyankrum in the central region. And the incident occurred around 9 p.m. while Rashid was traveling with a convoy of Agona West NPP parliamentary candidate Chris Arthur. 3 other individuals were injured. Now, according to police sources, supporters of Chris Arthur and Cynthia Morrison, a rival candidate, encountered each other while campaigning in the same area. Tensions reportedly escalated when Mr. Arthur's convoy encountered a roadblock allegedly set up by Ms. Morrison's supporters. And as the convoy attempted to turn away, shots were fired and Rashid, who also serves as Mr. Arthur's campaign manager, was struck in the ribs. This is serious.
It's a serious thing.
So it looks like Cynthia Morrison is herself not in any bad or critical condition.
She's fine.
She's fine, but it's the coordinator.
But do you see what has happened?
Yeah, it's bad.
The MP herself is fine, and that is what normally happens, and we need to be very careful.
Yeah.
The ordinary people, one has been shot. They said 3 people are in hospital. But then it means those of us who are not covered, I'm talking about the ordinary citizens, they bear the brunt of some of these problems. Yeah. So we need to really deal with it.
Which is why I keep saying that when these politicians are asking you, an individual, a citizen, to pick up arms, ask they have family and friends. Yes. They should go and pick up the arms, because you just lose your life for nothing.
This fire for fire must stop.
But it's a Monday morning. Let's get into the newspapers.
The days just run so fast. You were here last week and today we are back.
In fact, I remember when we launched 100 days to elections.
Yes.
And it's only 40 days.
It's 40 days.
Oof. Well,
time also.
Let me start with the Ghanaian Times. What's the time also? So let's start with Times. Get Fund initiates 11,248 projects nationwide. 7,000 completed, over 4,000 at various stages. World leaders congratulate Shirley Ayoko-Botchwey on her selection as Commonwealth Secretary General. Congratulations to her. This is no small feat. It's really big. And I hope that she's able to sell the country with that position and put us in a place where investors can come and, raise us from our economic woes. But Magdan set to build Adana Port to enhance marine transport logistics. Ghana WB, that's World Bank, signed $260 million deal to tackle energy sector inefficiencies. I want to get into that story, but of course, let's start from page 12, where there's the Shirley Ayoko-Botchwey story. Let's see what this is about. Congratulations are pouring in from around the world for the Minister for Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration, Shirley Ayoko-Botchwey, following her historic election as General Secretary of the Commonwealth by its 56 member states. Well-wishers, including President Akufo-Addo, Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, AU High Representative for Silencing the Guns in Africa, Dr. Mohamed Ibn Chambas, Nigeria's President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and outgoing Secretary General Baroness Patricia Scotland, are all part of those pouring in congratulatory messages. And I remember our very own Emefa Pawo went on tour with her when she was campaigning. So this is big feat for her, and congratulations are going out to her. Now, Ghana World Bank signed $260 million US dollars deal to tackle energy sector inefficiencies. I know you have a lot to say about this. Now, Ghana has signed that $260 US dollars deal, $260 million US dollars deal with the World Bank to help solve the 1.2 billion energy sector losses and other inefficiencies in the sector. Now, the deal under the Energy Sector Recovery Program comprises a $250 million credit metering procurement package and a $10 million clean cooking grant component in line with the bank's program for results. So we are getting $260 million to solve $1.2 billion energy sector losses and inefficiencies. We still have a long way to go, wouldn't you say? Yes, let's get into it. What's on your mind?
I'll come to them, but I'm very happy for Madam Shirley Ayoko-Botchwey. She's been a member. It shows that she's been a member of parliament before. She's campaigned, and she had one of the biggest constituencies in Ghana. Yes, and I believe this is a victory for all women, and a victory for Ghana, and a victory for Africa. And so, we congratulate her. We know that she will really put Ghana on the map. Yeah. And I'm saying that when she gets there, she shouldn't forget Ghana.
Oh, how can she?
Yes, even though she should remember that we took her there, even though there will be other, exigencies that will take her attention. But in congratulating her, I believe that we should also congratulate His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Okay. Because as the president, he was very instrumental, in
securing
and he even went to Comoros, I hear, with her, and where the voting was taking place. And in
fact, last week we did a story about the president's endorsement of Shirley Ayoko-Botchwey.
That is very, very great. For that one, I'll congratulate him for this feat, because he has pushed the woman. And
he has pushed the woman?
Yes, he's done well.
Okay.
At least he endorsed it, and he campaigned for
Are you saying without that endorsement from the president, she couldn't have...
It would have been difficult.
Okay.
This is a big arena. You get me? And with everything, I'm very truthful. This is a very big arena.
Okay.
And a lot of competition. You know, there was a woman before she came. So certainly the men,
Patricia.
yes, the men would think that is their time. And you understand. And you know when a woman takes a position, the next one, it will take a long time for another woman. But this one, I believe, I mean, where praise is due, let's give it. I think he has done well.
Okay.
The energy sector, please. 260 million against 1 billion. But what has caused it?
What has caused the inefficiencies?
Yes, we've been signing deals upon deals, and it has not changed.
But it's the discrepancies in the purchasing power of our currency, and we are, selling energy or let me say power in cedis, but we need to buy fuel and other things.
There are certain level of losses. There are losses, technical and commercial, and there are collection ratios. Do you get me? So if you are not doing the collection, if the forex discrepancy is there, so you can calculate to see which portion is forex discrepancy.
Yeah.
Normally, the forex discrepancy can be calculated and dealt with. But when you are given a tariff, the components, what is used to calculate the tariff is in dollars.
Yeah.
You don't use CD. So it is, we project over a certain period, knowing that you make too much losses. But it's more of I believe it's more of a management and commitment.
Really?
Yes.
How so?
Yeah, because if you are managing your own business, you are efficient. So I believe that there is a lot of people are not being efficient as they should. And also this issue of debt. There was ESLA. ESLA was put in place to deal with some of these debts and money that the utility would need to work. And ESLA has been collateralized. So it is it's problematic that money that is meant for the sector, you have collateralized it to a loan, put it in the consolidated fund. You don't even know what you are using the money for. Do you get me?
Yeah.
I believe that there are 3 levies on our fuel build-up, tax build-up. Energy sector levies, 3. So I don't know, I don't understand why we are having issues, because I think somebody is just misusing the money. You heard about the ECG, where there were accusations that they collect 1.something billion and
the gaps in the cash waterfall.
The cash 842. Do you get me? So it means that there's some form of inefficiency at the management level that we have to look at.
For ECG, for the entire power,
we have to look at everywhere, and we have to also look at the people we put in place. The person might be an engineer, but the person should also have a financial background. The person might be a lawyer, but the person must have a management and financial background. I mean, when it comes to our utilities, sweetie, I don't think we should politicize it, because you see, the tariffs are given to commensurate to your operations. So if you come out and you tell us that you don't have enough money for operations, it's problematic, because you see, these credits, grants that they give to us, do you get me? They tell you what you should use the money for.
Yeah, it comes to conditions as well.
Conditionality.
For example,
now they are talking about
credit they're going to be buying $1 million worth of meters.
So if you even get the meters and you are not collecting, if you get the meters and your losses, they are illegal connections, bypasses, it will not help you.
Yeah.
Do you understand? And the other one is greenhouse something. That one is not directly linked to our electricity, right?
No.
That's something else. So when they give you the money doesn't go into areas that will help you upgrades. I mean, changing lines, changing more transformers, areas where there are brownouts, areas where there are, issues, where they have to give you maybe some overloaded transformers. It doesn't cover those. And that is why the ESLA was done, so that in case there are any operational shortfalls, as in cash, it can cover. But now the ESLA is gone. This government has just collateralized the ESLA.
And now let's do some other stories.
But it's true.
Well, Oyster Agribusiness secures $2 million funding to expand operations in Ghana's agricultural sector. Let's process country's mineral resources locally, Miracle Duka is saying. That's the Deputy Minister for Lands and Natural Resources. Ghana Armed Forces to get training center, Secretariat for Africa Arm Wrestling. 22nd Accra Seniors Tennis Tourney opens today. GGA organizes seminar for sports journalists. Those are just some stories in the Ghanaian Times. On the back page, Gold Stars upset, Hearts to stay top, Kotoko, Holy Stars draw.
Oh, my Kotoko.
Kotoko.
Oh.
Let me go now to the Daily Searchlight, and I'll come to you in a bit. Offenso Chieftaincy standoff. Chief Justice petitioned. Let's get straight into the story. It's on page 2. Let me get into that quickly. So, mounting tensions in Offenso have led to a petition directed at Ghana's Chief Justice and the Ministry of Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs, urging intervention in a chieftaincy dispute involving Dr. Kofi Kodria Sapong, that's KK Sapong. Yeah. On October 21st, community leaders Ebusuapeni Akwesi Amo and Openin Robert Ahinkan submitted the petition, alleging that ongoing delays by the Ashanti Regional House of Chiefs are inciting frustrations that threaten local peace. And the petition appeals for swift justice or judicial action and warning of potential unrest if the matter remains unresolved. So it's gotten to the table of the desk of the Chief Justice now. Let me do some other stories quickly in the Daily Searchlight and I'll come to you. Ofuman Omanhima endorses Alan's vision to make chiefs co-trustees of natural resources. Cardinal Namdini mining project to be commissioned in northern Ghana. CD sells at 16.55 to $1. Ghana 16.16 on BOG Interbank. I hear that by the end of this year, it should be looking good for the city. But we are in November. This is the last days of, this is the last week of October. But the projections you hear, but by the end of this year, inflation will go down. Our city
Who said that? Baumia.
Anyway, let me finish here and I'll come to you. Commonwealth leaders say time has come for discussion on slavery repatriations and vote for NPP to continue transformation of the nation. Dr. Yause Odichum is saying that. We, the people of Krachi, owe NPP a debt of gratitude. Really? Okay. Gender Ministry holds breast cancer awareness and screening exercise at Kaneshi. On the back page of the Daily Searchlight, kissing scenes are all about make-believe, not real. Ghanaian actress Nadia Buhari on that. James Gardner is just a friend. I don't mix business with pleasure. Barcelona annihilates Madrid on their home field. The sports enthusiasts, stay tuned. Mufta Nabila Abdullah will bring you updates. So these are some stories in the Daily Searchlight. Naya, which of these piques your interest that you want to get?
Yeah, a lot too. So just
let's start with what you wrote down first.
Oh, what I wrote down, the chieftaincy thing.
Yeah.
What is it about? Because I thought that they have already installed Dr. KK Sapong.
Yeah, this is coming after the death of Nana Wiafe.
Yeah, Nana Wiafe, yes. Yeah. So is he installed or he's not?
I think that's where the problem is.
Why are they not taking it to Tumfor? Because normally these things are dealt at the palace. So why is it going to court? I mean, that was my first question. That how protracted.
You don't think they should have petitioned the Supreme Court?
No, but who is the custodian of the stools of Ashanti?
Yeah.
It is Otumfor to the second. So if there is anything, it should go, unless it's gone there and they have not been able to deal with it.
Okay, the report says there are delays. So I'm sure it went first to Otumfor. It says the Ashanti Regional House of Chiefs. Yeah, that's where they went to address this matter, but there are delays. And so they're petitioning the Chief Justice to come in for swift action.
I think the Chief Justice will take it back to Otumfor.
Oh, okay.
I believe strongly, because there must be a reason why he's not installed. I don't know what the reason is, but I mean, typically, I thought he has been installed a long time ago after Nana Wiafe died. I also saw Alan's picture there. He's talking. Let's talk about Alan.
Ofuman Omanhima endorses Alan's vision to be chiefs, co-trustees of natural resources. Are they not already, in a way, custodians of the land on which these resources
are not written? It's not written. So if it is some document to cover it, and maybe some legislative instruments or some amendment to the Constitution, which we should do. It's long overdue. And I believe this morning, let me send my greetings to Honorable Alan Chemating, so that, and His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, and my flag bearer, Nana Frimpong Asaponkumankuma. So I believe that, I mean, it's a great thing. Alan has some great policies. The same as my flag bearer and His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. They have some great policies for this nation. And
do you think this co-trustee policy would help fix our problems, especially Galamsey?
Yes, because then they are responsible. Now they are hiding behind the scenes. When you talk about it, they tell you that it's not in their hands. But if you are made a co-trustee and it belongs to you, you would ensure that it is looked after properly.
Okay.
Do you get me? Yeah. So once you bring them into the picture as people who are part of it, then certainly, I mean, when
they are already custodians of these lands.
No, they say
nobody would actually go and start mining anywhere if the land did not belong to someone in authority. I'm talking about the traditional rulers.
Look, I picked
they're the ones, okay.
Sweetheart, I picked a taxi in London Heathrow, and that was in 1998. And the person I picked the taxi, normally when I sit, whoever you are, I chat with you. So I started talking to him, and he has sold their family land for Galamsey for 5,000 cedis. At that time, it was, I don't know, 50 million, something, I've forgotten.
Okay.
But a certain amount.
Okay.
And this was 1998. Do you get me? So there are people who also have the lands, which are family lands. But if the chiefs are made custodians, they are made trustees of these lands, even if they are family lands, at least the chiefs could have a say. So if you have a chief and there's Galamsey in your area, he should have also added punitive measures for those who will have Galamsey in their areas.
Yeah.
So you see, when you are going to Kumasi, you see all the lands by the roadside, the forest. I asked that, why are we not, I mean, cultivating to grow food crops?
Yeah.
And they told me that it's land tenure system. It belongs to families. It doesn't belong to government.
Yeah.
But I believe that's we should go further to say that government should have a say in the lands first before families. Because those lands are vast, lying there. We are not using
If government wanted, they could acquire those lands.
That is what
temporarily.
I'm saying. Yes, like Kwame
whatever
Nkrumah
they want to do with it.
You know, Kwame Nkrumah acquired lands to build houses, to have the state farms. And I think we should go back to the blueprint of Kwame Nkrumah. Seriously, the development blueprint of Kwame Nkrumah should be looked at. The 7-year development plan, the 5-year development plan, I think we should go back to it. We also have the National Development Planning Commission. We have all manner of economic development plans we have put down. We should throw away all these manifestos.
Planning and policies are not our problem. So we have brains that can think up and create
it is not
initiatives and stuff. But it's the implementation of all these programs and policies.
Every government that has come in the Fourth Republic has a certain plan, Vision 2020, something 70. Do you get me? But they don't use it. At the end of the day, they go and do a manifesto. The manifesto is for their party. It's not for the country. So we should amalgamate all the development plans from Kwame Nkrumah and put it together and see how it was done. You see, Kwame Nkrumah's development for this nation is a blueprint that we should all, copy. And it should be for the nation. Do you get me? So that we know how to, I always say that we should have a composite development plan. So when you come 4 years, you do it from page 1 to page 3. Somebody will come and do it from page. So then we'll be developing. Because in 8 years, a government cannot develop the whole nation. But if we say that, okay, you are coming this year, you have 4 years. We want you to develop roads. We want you to health. We want you to do education. Yeah. These are the 3 thematic areas we have given to you. Complete in your 4 years.
Is that something your flag bearer and your party, the CPP, is considering? Going to adopt?
Yes, we are looking at it seriously. She's really looking at it in developing this nation. It is her wish that we go back, and that is what she's using. That we go back to the Kwame Nkrumah development plan. And you see, we do it step by step. It's like building blocks. Because somebody comes and they do what is in their interest. Another will come, they will do what is in their interest. And everything is haphazard.
Yeah, that's how come we have so many abandoned projects, because, well, it's not my government.
Yes.
If this government completes it, the credits will not solely be for them. And so
we should stop the credit going to government. We should, let's look at Ghanaians. Yeah. I beg you. Anyway, and there was also something about slavery repatriation.
Yeah.
I've been talking about it, and I think it is time. Maybe Madam Ayoko will look at it. And even extend the advocacy beyond the Commonwealth nations to the U.S., where we had a lot of our slaves going there. I think it is time for them to give us reparation.
Okay.
National Security debunks Reuters Islamist reports. Ayoko, we've talked about it. We are winning the elections, but when dollar...
But Anaya, you have to read it.
Why should I won't waste my time to read this thing. $1 to CD.
You have to read it.
No, but we
are winning the elections, according to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. That's on the Daily Guide news.
Please, he has abandoned his post. Yesterday, I was thinking it's more comfortable campaigning as flag bearer than being... I don't know what these people did to this man, that he's even running away, as if he's found a comfortable zone. His comfort zone now is in campaigning.
The season demands it, Nana. We just said that.
So he has left
40 days.
He has left
election, and he is not the president.
He has left his.
So he has to be out there. He has convince the people to give him the mandate.
No,
so he can be president.
He has left his
and then
seat.
he can.
It is a personal wish. It is not a national wish, and he has left his seat.
It's not personal. It's for the party as well. He's campaigning for the
personal.
Party.
It's not personal.
How is it? It's national. I want to win the election. He needs to work for the party to remain in office.
Has Ghana chosen him?
Well, but that's what he's doing, so Ghana can.
No, I'm saying Ghana has chosen, but we have chosen him to be our
vice
president.
Would you rather the president left his post?
No, the president is there, but he should also do what he has to do.
And then who campaigned for him? He's running for
that makes it personal. He doesn't think about us. Because why is he not sitting down to make sure that the dollar is stabilized? He's an economist. And Nanado said he's comfortable choosing an economist. Nanado was going to choose a woman, and they decided to choose him because he's an economist.
We have to.
So he has run away. He has to do his work. He's run away. We are waiting more.
Let's do one more story, and then we have to go.
So let's go to the other thing. I think most of the things we've done here.
Yeah.
Now Shoko woos Greater Accra voters for Bawumia. No terrorist activities in Ghana.
Who's saying that?
That is Mr. Albert Kandapa, National Security Minister. You see, he's saying there's nothing like that. There's a press release.
I think
he says.
I think that we cannot say that there's no terrorism in Ghana if armed people, armed individuals can harass journalists doing their work. I think that's terrorism.
Yes.
If journalists are going to expose your illegal activities near water bodies in terms of mining, and you can take up arms and harass them, assault them, I don't think we can confidently say that terrorism doesn't exist in Ghana. Where are they getting these arms from?
Yes, but
what is emboldening them to even assault journalists?
Who is dealing in arms in this country? You have to look at it. And how are they selling this? But this one is specifically to jihadists on our borders.
Right, okay.
And they are saying it is not true by a press release. Oh. I think that Reuters reported it. So if there is anything, why don't we also speak to Reuters to show us their evidence? Because if it is not true, then Reuters should retract the story. We should ask Reuters to retract the story, because it is not good for the image of the country.
Okay.
So if it is not true, I believe we cannot just say it is not true, but we should be able to get Reuters. I think the journalists can do that. That is the core news outlet. So Reuters should come and tell us what evidence do they have that for them to write that story about us.
Unfortunately, today we have to cut the news review short. Okay. But before we go, some dedications. First to Afel Moni, former GJA president. Today is your birthday. Happy birthday, sir. We wish you the very best for myself and the entire AM team. And in fact, Joy News, we wish you a happy, glorious birthday. We also have a dedication coming from Papa Nie, my colleague in the newsroom. And this is going out to Benjamin Kuma. This year has been really tough on you, but you have been strong. We pray for strength and grace as you celebrate your birthday. We love you, Benjamin, from your friends and family. Happy birthday, Benjamin. There's also one last one coming from my producer, and I'll get to it in a bit. And it's a dedication also going out to, I'll get to it in a bit. Happy birthday to, oh, the same person, Benjamin Kuma. I says this year has been tough on you. Benjamin, I hope that this new season brings you strength and all that you need to sail through. Happy birthday going out to you. Now we'll take a quick break. Yaa Jantuah, my guest for this morning's news review. Thank you so much for joining us. And we'll take a quick break. We'll return with more on the AM show. Don't go away.